morning, I'm going to pull a few oracle cards for some daily focus. I already did a pre-shuffle. We have Piercing the Mist at the bottom of the deck. We're going to go ahead and get into it. Taste before judging at the bottom of the deck. One of my previous daily focus readings, yesterday or the day before? I skipped yesterday, so I think it was one of the ones from, or did I skip 2 days? No, I did Tuesday and Wednesday. Tuesday and Wednesday. I have 2 cards that came out from one of those readings. I think it was Wednesdays. Taste before judging, independence. And then we got a Song of the Sea, which is reversed. Let's see what that means. Taste before judging speaks of being afraid of something because something looks scary initially, but it's asking you to take a better look, to not write something off because of the first preconception, or the first, what's the word? We'll stick with first preconception. I can't think of the other one. And then Piercing the Mist. Maisie. Hi, honey. What are you doing? You're a good girl. Yes, you are. So cute. All right. Sorry. You just look so cute over there, you know? She gives me cuteness aggression. I have to like bite the inside of my mouth. Okay, well, I said I was going to read Piercing the Mist. Lilac Be Sweet places flowers to remember her friend, wishing he was close by. She doesn't realize that he's right beside her, watching in spirit, because grief has clouded all, even the sun. However, just like the sun struggling to break through, hope lives even in despair. Even if it seems remote and veiled, the light of the sun will eventually pierce the mist, and then the scale of our pain becomes visible. The pain might be vast, but it is not infinite. It will have an end and an escape. Piercing the Mist, to me, is perhaps you're going to be coming out of a time that is foggy. Perhaps a time that has felt a little hopeless, a little bit tired and sad, filled with grief or disappointment. Taste before judging. Preconceptions often limit our willingness to experience new things, which can be harmful enough. You ever find that you see something that you might be interested in, but then you try to find something wrong with it, and then you don't want it anymore? And then you won't even look at it again. You won't pay any attention to it whatsoever because you found one thing wrong with it, or one thing that scares you, or one thing that you deem as a red flag. Oh yeah, I do that all the time. Oh man. Alright, let's see what Song of the Sea has to say. Dun, 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 dun. it is reversed. It came out very clearly reversed. So we're going to read that. Seal's wooden sword is ringed with ivy, showing her total lack of aggression. When we confide in our most trusted friends, we must lower our defenses and be ready to listen. We should anticipate advice that we don't like, or wisdom that unfolds slowly and gradually, like the song of Oceana herself. I'm wondering if there isn't an air of patience to this. There always is, I swear. In all of my readings, there's always something about, I can't say all of them, but a lot of them, there's always something about being patient and continuing to stand tall, to keep persevering, to keep moving forward, to keep your vision in mind. When we confide in our most trusted friend, we must lower our defenses and be ready to listen. I could see how that could relate to the taste before judging, like having your defenses up without seeing the truth in a situation, or, you know, or not letting things play out. This is also speaking of wisdom that unfolds slowly and gradually, something that's going to take time to see. Just like piercing the mist, it's going to take time for the sun to burn off all of that fog, all of that illusion, all of that which is keeping you stuck. Then we have independence, and this card speaks of this card speaks of standing on 2 feet on your own, just to prove that you can. But when I look at this card, I see somebody who's been being independent, someone who has been standing on 2 feet by themselves for a really, really long time. And I don't know that it's over with, but when I look at this card, I see someone who's been independent for a really long time taking and reconnecting with perhaps a long lost friend or someone who is considered family to you. I get the feeling that whatever is making you feel down, like you have no spark, perhaps a little depressed, lacking energy, it's going to pass. It's going to take time. And it's really important to not write it off and not lose hope, and be open to the fact that it's going to take a little bit for things to unfold slowly. So there's nothing wrong with having some patience with yourself. Taking slow steps, make that the goal, instead of being upset with yourself that you're not able to blast forward like you want to. Sometimes it takes time for the truth, or the fire, like the spark, to be revealed to you in order for you to connect with it. And reconnecting with someone who is important to you, or taking time out to be connected to someone who is important to you, could help quite a bit in this time of needing to be independent and stand tall, even though things are not super duper easy. All right, we're gonna go ahead and leave that there. I will see you in the next one. I have intentions of starting up zodiac readings again, but I myself am struggling to find the spark. I'm trying. I'm doing little things here and there, but there's something inside me that just isn't clicking still. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day.